All right, and welcome back here to Versus Live. I'm Corey. I'm joined by Todd. Always, we are sponsored by Carnox here /SCG. If you want to check out these sweet chairs, I'm still trying to get Cedric to send me one. It's still not working.
Well, I don't think Cedric has the power to send you a Carnox chair.
Well,
he only has the power to send you T-shirts and Ultimate Guard products.
So do we have to like accidentally break one of these chair legs? Oh, this one's unusable. No.
Yeah. I guess I'll take this one home with me because one of the wheels fell off.
All right, so we are back with our third and final round here. I'm going to be playing an aggressive vampire list that I've kind of been tuning for the last couple days. Plays a Vampire Conquistador, which is not a normal card, and it does have problems. It's not like an insane, like, I found it, it's time to break this. But it attacks on a very quick level, and for week 1 of Standard, that's what you want to be doing. But it does have problems where, like, if you're on the draw up against a green deck that can just brick it with a turn 2 creatures, it's not a 2/2, even though it hits for 2. But something to note, it does allow you to lose life through like root snares from Simic Nexus and stuff like that, so you can actually kill the game through fogs, so you don't get looped out like that. And that was one reason that Vampires had a really bad matchup against the Simic Nexus, and Sanctum Seeker also does the same thing. What do you got cooking over there? You got a spicy one as well, right?
Yeah, so this is actually a list from my article today on StarCityGames.com. Make sure to check it out after we're done today on Versus Live. It's Temur Neomentals is what I've dubbed it. So Neoform's a card that I actually thought was pretty mediocre for a long time. We tried it in numerous strategies when it was first previewed, and it never felt like we had enough creatures to go get that made it worth sacrificing something. You know, and a lot of times you're having to sacrifice like a mana creature or like a two power creature on the third turn, and what 3-drops are you getting that were any good? Like Exclusion Mage? Like, who cares, right? And now, though, the new set, Core Set M20, has given us 2 creatures I think are worthwhile to Neoform into. The 3-drop slot, you have Risen Reef, and a lot of people talk about how Risen Reef just kind of is starting to shape the metagame around it.
It's good.
And everyone talks about the second Risen Reef. Now, the first one's good. The second one is busted.
The return of the Risen Reef? Return part 2?
The dark reef.
Okay, I like it.
And then the third one is the Dark Reef Returns.
I like it. I like it.
So with Neoform, though, you get more virtual copies of Risen Reef, and that allows you to effectively just go crazy more often, because you can sacrifice one of your mana creatures like a Leafkin Druid or even Paradise Druid or Fibblethip, which I have in the deck in a couple copies, and sacrifice those to go get Risen Reefs, and then that lets you chain a little harder into stuff like Omnath, Locus of the Royal, and then if you draw multiple Omnath, you can actually turn those into 5-drops the Neoform, and we have 2 copies of Cavalier of Thorns and 1 copy of Cavalier of Flame. Those 5-drops are really potent with those Omnaths that you can sacrifice. But aside from that, mana creatures, Nisu Shakes the World, Hydroid Krasis, all these cards kind of working together. Specifically, Nisu Shakes the World makes elemental lands, and that actually boosts your Omnath, which is kind of cool.
Yes. So I'll be the kind of devil's advocate of it. I think that Neoform is just not quite good enough, especially in a world where, like, look at our last 2 matchups, both Spell Pure matchups. Like, it is just such a blowout if you're playing against a blue deck that is any bit aggressive, because any aggressively slanted blue deck is going to be having Spell Pierce in the board, and then you just have to take them out. And if they ever have them in a main, it's so much of a liability that you just are scared to cast it. So I'm not a big believer on it, but, you know, it might be very good here.
Here's the thing. Turn 3, you have a mana creature. You tap mana creature and play the Neoform. You still have 2 floating. You still have 2 mana up to pay. So as long as that creature is, like, you know, producing mana and then turning into a Risen Reef, that's fine. But cards like Spell Pierce are not good against Llanowar Elves decks. And this is at heart a Llanowar Elves deck, even though we're a ramp deck. Like, you know, we're going pretty hard. We're trying to cast turn 3 Nisu Shakes the World as much as possible. We're trying to play Giant Hydroid Krasis, and Spell Pierce, you know, having 1 target or whatever. That's fine. But that's going to be the matchup, and I'm going to be on the play because you beat the crap out of me when I was playing that Angels deck. So.
That was a beating, So you beat me quite badly in the first one, though, so I believe we're even.
I was, you know, that's fair. All right, well, my hand is pretty good. We're going to keep.
Ooh, my hand's pretty strong as well. I mean, we don't have, you know, our insane draw, but it's good enough to keep, so we'll take it.
Turn 1 Elf, take 2, I'm at 18.
Okay.
8. So we don't have it this game, but turn 2 Risen Reef is really good.
Okay, so this hand is interesting. If we want to take a look at our hand here, there is a very... okay, never mind. I completely talked myself out of it. I was like, we want to make sure to play a Conquistador first to make sure we could double creature the turn after, but it truly doesn't matter with having this, with having Godless Shrine. So we are just going to... It's the same amount of damage here, so we're going to start with a Conquistador.
Okay. And since we're going to be playing more defensively, we're going to lead off with a Leafkin Druid and Breeding Pool tapped.
Okay. And this is the nice thing about Conquistador. Against aggressive green decks, most of the time it's pretty bad because you're running right into brick walls if they had a 2-2. But now it's actually better. If I run it into an 0-3, at least I'm still getting a damage in. So that's what we're going to do.
Now, no, I know no one's playing it, but what do you think about playing main deck Disfigure?
Disfigure? It's too narrow. It's too narrow. I think Cast Down is just a little better, but I think Disfigure is a very good sideboard card right now because Adanto Vanguard is kind of running rampant.
Yep.
So
I'm going to take 1, I'm going to block.
Yep. So I'm going to take 2, down to 18, and we'll go double 1 drop.
Okay.
Your turn.
It's a pretty good start.
Not bad.
Unfortunately for you, my start is better.
Yeah. On the draw here, I'm quite terrified. And our hand is a little heavy right now.
Oh, wait, no. Let's do this.
Are you shaking my world?
No. We're going to play an Omnath.
Okay. I think Nissa would still be worse.
Yeah, it might be, actually. So we're going to Omnath. Actually, Nissa is worse. I do have a Nissa.
You should Nissa.
Okay.
I just, what can I do against that, you know?
I mean, you could maybe kill it with a... Yeah, you can kill it with a Lord, maybe.
No, I can't.
Maybe. Just let me...
What, Lord into a 1-mana Knight's Betrayal or something to remove counters from your forest?
I'm just going to shoot down this thing.
Okay.
And then I'm going to play a land tapped and put a +1/+1 counter onto the Leafkin.
Seems strong.
Your turn.
All right. Yeah. Absolutely nothing to deal with that on the spot here. That is a decent draw because we did need a third land here, but we only have one play here in the form of a Lieutenant. Here's where Conquistador gets a little bad. If these were aspirants or something, which we're not going to cut aspirants anyways, we'd still be able to attack into Omnath, but here we just have to say go.
Okay.
This is really where I wanted to be Sorin, downtick, Champion of Dusk.
Yes.
That's my best play. Yours is turn 3 Nissa. Yeah.
All right. So let's go. So we can play a Leafkin. This one taps for 2.
Okay.
Let's play Hinterland. Put a counter on this one.
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
Play Nissa.
That was a good draw.
Yeah. Let's tick this up.
Okay.
We'll turn a Hinterland Harbor into a 3/3.
Okay.
And then attack with just the land because we don't mind trading the land for a creature right now if you want to gang block, and we just want to kind of clear your side of the battlefield.
I'll double block.
We'll kill one.
Yep.
And that's why we didn't target a forest because we kind of want to keep putting pressure on them and we don't want to lose the extra mana.
Yeah, almost always when you bring this into play, you want to be targeting a non-forest because you're getting the value the turn after most of the time. And we had a horrible draw. Even if we get a land, these are not that great right now. So, yeah, embarrassing. Conquistador go.
Well, it makes you feeling better. We're not really doing a whole lot.
It does not.
All right, we're going to put a +1/+1 counter onto the Leafkin Druid.
Okay.
We're going to tick this up.
So I do think you are making a big mistake here. I think you should at least make this a 4/4 to avoid Sorin's uptick.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. I actually just
to protect against that.
And that's play patterns that I'm just not used to yet.
Of course, yeah.
So we're going to put a counter on this and then tick this up, and we're just going to make the Steam Vents into a 3/3.
Okay.
And we're getting pretty close here to going ultimate with Nissa, which is actually just nuts with Omnath. We draw... Is it only basic forest?
So it's forest.
Any forest card.
Yeah.
Because I know there was an old Nissa that only got regular forest or something. So, I'm actually fine. I'm going to attack again. So, attack with this.
Yep, that seems
Just want to keep your battlefield clean.
I'll double block again.
Okay. Here we go.
Just fighting the good fight against Nissa lands. One that you always win. Go like this. Can't really do much here. Your turn.
Okay. Now there's a 4. I am going to just keep targeting the other things.
Yep.
That was a good draw. We'll go Risen Reef. Look at the top card. We'll draw it.
3 floating?
Hush you. We'll float a green. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. I want a shock, or not. Okay, we'll play this tapped. I'm gonna put counter on Risen Reef.
Okay. You did trigger off this, right?
Yeah, I drew this.
Okay, gotcha.
Untap this.
Okay.
Tap it for blue.
Okay.
With a green floating, I'm gonna float 2.
Are we
So I have
neoforming?
2 green. Yeah, I'm gonna neoform the Leafkin Druid.
Okay.
I could go get a. Actually, maybe that's bad. Hold on. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to grind you, I think.
Okay.
So I can actually sack this and go get Cavalier of Red, whatever it is.
Definitely
and then
not.
Pump everything.
That's fair.
And give it away. So.
That is fair, but I mean,
think just,
honestly, a second Risen Reef here, how am I going to win?
I'm not sure. That's, okay, so...
Post-board, I get a couple decent toys against you, but yeah, right now, as it stands, being on the draw with your pretty nice draw.
Okay, yeah, I had a very good draw. All right, so we get 2 Risen Reef triggers off of this one.
Yep.
First one, land. We haven't... Yeah, we did play land off the
You did, yep.
Okay. Second one.
Trigger.
Yes. We'll make this one this size.
Okay.
Tap just for... No, I might want the red, so let's tap this. Play another Leafkin Druid.
My God.
First one, draw it. Second one.
Yeah, it's so crazy. I had been playing...
6.
And you get another trigger.
Yep.
I've been playing a little bit online, and I played this matchup a decent amount, and if I don't get off the ground right away, I lose, but I'll be like answering their threats on a 1-for-1 basis, and then all of a sudden they just have 6 cards, and they've been playing a threat every turn. I'm just like, well, how do you beat that engine, you know?
All right, here you go.
So, I mean, once again, there's like absolutely nothing I can be doing here. I can't affect Nissa. I could kill Omnath, but it just doesn't do anything, so I'll scoop him up.
Okay.
Alrighty. Yeah, that's brutal. Another pre-board, right?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, let's see. I'm kind of curious what I have against you. I don't think I have too much. Fry can kill some of your white creatures, but you don't have that many. I'm a very anti-red, green, and blue and white, and not a whole lot anti-black.
Yep. I have some spicy things here. D-Spark is one of the better cards against you, as well as Noxious Grasp.
Noxious Grasp is great.
Excellent, yeah. I actually may have too many cards against you, but I definitely try to go bigger and go more controlling, because I can outvalue you as long as I deal with your value creatures on a 1-for-1 basis. Then eventually I can just win with Champion of Dust and maybe sneak in Ivana and do some spicy stuff with you there.
I found that the Vampires deck just looks busted when you draw a Sorin Vengeful Bloodlord.
Yeah.
And it looks like an okay aggro deck when you don't.
Agreed.
But when you do draw the Sorin, you get to minus and put in a Champion of Dusk or a Sanctum Seeker, or if you just start plussing and attacking for larger chunks and gaining life, like, and then at some point you just start flinging vampires at things.
Yeah,
you know, and that's just,
I really want to. My next kind of project for a new deck I want to make is like an Esper version of vampires and play some Teferis, and just don't really play the vampire lords and any of that synergy, and just play some aggressive ones like the 1-mana knight and stuff like that, and then just be able to win with great planeswalkers like Teferi.
Okay.
All right, so I'm on the play, huh?
Yep.
That is a no-lander.
Yikes. So you do get to do the London Mole.
Mulligan rule, not
my
bad.
hand is pretty good. I'm going to keep my hand. It's pretty good.
Okay.
That's one of the weird things. Like, so I've fibbled them in the deck. It acts a lot like an Elvish Visionary.
Yep.
And in some scenarios, it's just like, it's pretty cool when you draw it, and then you can maybe Neoform into Risen Reef, and then, but like, it could be anything, because it just cycles.
It could even be another Fibblethip.
You got anything for me, Kyle?
Hal126 wanted to know, have either of you thought about Cryptic Caves going into any of these aggressive tribal decks?
That's you sack and draw land if you float out. I mean, tapping for colors is a huge no-no in an aggro deck, I think. Just do 6 again.
Okay.
So I'm not sure that I would want a colorless land, even though it does cycle. I think it's going to be phenomenal in like modern and legacy like colorless decks. So like, you know, they always played What's the one when your hand's empty from Eldrazi that like lets you draw cards whenever?
You're asking me about a card name? I'm so bad at card names.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know what you're talking about. But
It's
you
just-
have to have your hand be empty for that one, yeah.
And for this one, you just have to have 5 lands.
Yeah.
It can be the 5th land, I think.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. No.
Quite like the card in general. I think they played a lot of kind of weaker colorless lands in general.
Mhm.
And there's a chance that in some formats it's better than Ghost Quarter or whatever, you know? Like,
Yeah. I actually think the mana base in black-white vampires is actually pretty bad.
yes.
Like, even surprisingly, with only being a 2-color deck, it's
like
just
you're not
still
playing
great.
Unclaimed Territory, right?
I'm playing 2.
You're playing
Yep,
2?
I'm playing 2.
And but you're not playing Temple Silence?
Nope.
Yeah.
Because, you just want to be curving out with this deck. So I am going to try to keep this. I think we're going to bottom this since we have a redundant copy.
Seagate Wreckage.
Seagate Wreckage.
But that one enters the battlefield tab, so like there's a lot of downside to it.
Your turn. Our hand is pretty bad, but what can I do?
18.
Okay.
Taking on the Ross mantle of always having turn 1 Llanowar Elves in my Llanowar Elves deck.
Yeah. You have a gift.
Thanks, man.
I am going to go with the Adonto. Your turn.
All right, we're going to play a Fibblethip, and I
Okay.
just want to get my tap lands on the battlefield without taking damage, but
Sure.
you're not Llanowar Elves, so we'll do that. Your turn.
Not bad. All right, so Nissa being threatened next turn scares me a lot. So I do not want to let that happen if I have any option to. And I do have one thing I can do. Yeah, we'll do that.
So you go to 23.
23, and then I'll get in there.
Yeah, we're just going to take it. 15 to 23.
Your turn.
Draw. Well, that's pretty good. Let's go attack,
Getting busy. Down to 22.
and we'll neoform this.
Okay.
We'll get Risen Reef.
Risen Reef. Sounds good.
Trigger that. Gets a counter from the neoform. I think I forgot my counter last time, actually.
I think you might have.
All right, cuts. Trigger the Risen Reef. We really want to hit a land here. All right, we do, which is tight.
Tight.
And we'll place team that's tapped and say go.
All right. So if we draw a land here, we got a great play as well. Ooh, never mind. That's still pretty strong. Okay. So we're gonna go with Soren.
Oof.
We're gonna go. We got the play. We're gonna bring in a champion.
Yep.
And draw 2.
So you go to 20.
1, 2. All right. And we are willing to get busy here.
Really?
Yep.
Jesus. Okay, 12.
Okay, put you to 12. I'm gonna go to 18 and play Legion's Landing.
Okay, that makes sense.
Then it's your turn. Yeah, if I did not have another way to put one more creature, I would not have attacked with the... I guess I don't have a token for that.
Vampire token?
Yeah.
Is it on your pile?
Not in the pile, no.
Okay. Just use like a 1/1 spirit.
I'll use a 1/1 spirit. Okay. So this is a vampire.
Yeah.
If I did not draw a Legion's Landing or a land for the Legion's Landing, I would have held back. Just because if Todd plays Nissa, he could kill my Soren, and I don't want that to happen.
All right, we're going to play Cavalier of Thorns, and we're going to stack it so Risen Reef goes first. So Risen Reef, get the land. Top 5.
Okay. Let me give this a quick read.
Put a land on battlefield tapped, and then when it dies, I get to return a card from my graveyard to my hand, and it gets exiled.
Seems fair.
And say go.
All right. So now we're in a little bit of trouble here.
That's good news for me. I was
good
hoping he
news.
didn't have an answer for this Cavalier.
Yeah. So when it dies, you get to.
Hey, the Cavalier, those are supposed to go in the graveyard.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that actually. Okay.
You may exile it if you do another card from your graveyard on top. Okay. So it's not a huge deal. Getting back a Krasis or something like that is very strong.
Yeah, Krasis, Omnath here is pretty good. Risen Reef's pretty good because it's the second one.
Yep.
You can potentially attack with a Donto, and then if I block, you can plus and throw a vampire at it. But
Yep. Not the greatest of plays. Well, I got you at 12, huh?
That's what I got me at too.
I think we got a plan here. We are just going to drop a
4?
couple creatures
Oh, okay, sure.
and then ascend here.
Okay.
And we
It's fine. We don't. It has flying.
I'm sure you don't have that one either.
Throw it here.
think I'm... Yeah, we better hit Risen Reef.
All right, so you gain 3. You're at 21.
21, yep.
No attacks.
All right. Yep. Your turn.
And he has reach too, by the way, just for your guy.
Yep.
Okay.
Now we have Mortifies as like a clean answer for that, but other than that, for game 1, we don't have a great answer. D-Spark is so good against your deck post board, so I will be hyped for that.
Let me think about this turn a little bit. I got some things.
You got some things, huh?
All right, we're gonna make a 5/5. Or sorry, 7/7 flyer.
7/7. So game 3.
Yep.
Should have 15.
So go.
All right.
No reason. I mean, you can just pay 4 life to protect a Sorin, and I really want my creature back on D.
Yep. Alrighty. Well, I think I have to start getting aggressive here. I don't think I really win the game by just holding back. Todd's deck tends to have a lot more value, and you can just regrowth your thing. So I have to take more of an aggressive line, even though it's going to mean I'm going to lose some stuff here. So we are going to get busy. Trigger 4 times.
11, you're at 25.
Yep.
All right, let's block the 2 big boys, I think. So
These 2.
this is going to go here because I want this to not die to the Sorin, and then this will block here.
Okay, this triggers as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so then you're going to take 5.
Yep.
Put you to 6.
He's dead.
Okay. All right, put you to 6 here. Then we're going to go Knight. And we are going to throw a token at you.
I'm at 3.
And trigger on this. We'll pass it back.
And you gain 3 more too, right? So you're at 28.
Yep, 28. So now at least we're putting ourselves in a position where we could maybe draw another Sorin or Othakaya, something like that, to actually finish out the game. Well, putting Todd in a bit of a tough spot because he's going to have to leave some creatures back. Or he just dies. And if we just get another Sanctum Sinker, another Sorin, another Oath, we'd have enough reach to go upstairs. That's the main difference from this aggressively slanted version, is unlike traditional vampires, once your board wipes away, you're dead. Here we have a little bit of reach similar to Mono Red, where you can actually still close out the game even when your board is invalidated.
You mind if I look
now.
through my deck?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I have Neoform. I just want to make sure that I'm not forgetting something.
Mm-hmm.
I have Living Twister, which actually might be nuts. Okay.
You mind if I rearrange my deck?
Yeah, go ahead.
Stack the deck.
Ooh, this might be good too. Okay. Let's go. I think I'm gonna play defense. Let's see. I guess this card is pretty good. I'm gonna play defense. I'm gonna kind of surprise. Right, we're gonna attack here.
Trigger.
Yeah. I go to 1. You go to 30.
1 to 30. Yep. Sorin's dead.
Play another Cavalier.
Okay.
Top 5. Land tapped. Let's go to the grave.
Okay.
Fibblethip.
Okay. And I'm going to guess a Neoform.
No, I'm just going to play Paradise Druid.
Okay.
Your turn.
Knock, knock, knock.
Yeah.
Knock, knock, knock. We got a few outs.
Yep.
Any of the Sorins, any of the Sanctums, Oath. Not that. Okay, so this can be pumped twice. 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we can just get a double block, which isn't terrible, I guess, but not great. We'll get in there.
So what's the toughness final if you pump it twice?
If I pump it twice, it would be 9.
Hey, so City's Blessing, you've got a 2/1 flyer.
It's reach. I
Yep.
already said
You
that.
have reach?
Yeah,
I already
Cavalier
said that.
has reach.
I already said it.
Yep.
New cards.
New
I
cards.
literally said when he played the Sky Martyr Aspen, just so you remember.
We have reach.
Cavalier
Yeah.
has reach.
Did
I'm not
Cavalier
the
have
only
to have?
one.
Did Cavalier have to have reach? Come on. It's not fair. Leave the vampires
Okay, so
alone.
if the Cavaliers die, I get back Hydroid Crisis and
Oh, yeah.
Hydroid Crisis.
I can't let you have Crisis back.
Yeah, I think
that's
you
a good
just
point.
wait.
I just have to say go.
Like I actually am considering neoforming this away to get nothing, just to get Hydroid Crisis back.
Yeah,
but,
because if you get out of range of 3, I'm basically dead.
yeah.
So your turn.
Okay. Crap. Well.
Yeah, and here's the point of the game where if Todd can get above... Well, here you'd have to get above 4 life just because Sanctum Seeker would still be an out, but it's getting to the point where I'm starting to run out, even with a little bit more reach.
All right, let's neoform this.
Okay. Yeah, I'm surprised you wouldn't neoform and get a Crisis back here.
It goes on top, so I can't even do it till next turn.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah, that's fair.
it's possible. I mean, I have 2 left in the deck. If I Risen Reef, and I might get some cool stuff going. So, all right, cut.
All right, you're good.
So this gets a counter from Neoform, Risen Reef trigger. Draw this.
Okay.
Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Play Nisu Shakes the World.
All right.
We'll tap. Stomping Ground. That can't be right.
That can't be right.
I messed up. This Inland Harbor is this Rootbound Crag.
Sure.
Sorry. All right. So let's go red.
Yeah, Paradise
green
as well.
Oh, right. So I guess it didn't matter. Red, green, red, green. Cavalier of Flame.
Okay.
Trigger the Risen Reef. Draw this.
Are you discarding?
Oh, yeah, crap. Wait, is it any,
it
says any number of cards?
Yep.
I'll just not discard.
Okay.
I already drew off the Risen Reef anyway. Green, blue. Neoform away the Paradise Druid.
Okay.
Risen Reef.
We're doing about the same level of power.
All right, we get 2 Risen Reef triggers. I mean, I'm dead
In
to
response,
like
1/1.
Yeah, that's fine. No cut.
Nope.
All right, 2 cards land into play. Untap a Breeding Pool. Tap Leafkin. 2 triggers.
Sure.
Land. Draw this.
Maybe do a little bit more on your turn next turn. This is kind of a pathetically weak turn from you, so.
And then hit you for 7?
7? Okay, 23.
Okay, 2-1.
23 to 1.
I'm just gonna die. I know it's gonna.
Yeah, well, we gotta get lucky. Done?
Yeah, this is tap that has 3/3.
That's not lucky. Your turn. Yeah, but you are a few turns away from killing me. Not a ton, but probably 2 turns. You could probably close this out in, so I probably have to top deck next turn. Or if you get a Crisis, it's game over, of course.
You might actually be dead this turn. Let's do some stuff.
Overcome? Got an overrun here?
No, I got Scampering Scourger, which triggers Risen Reef many times.
Oh my god.
So we're going to get 2 elemental tokens.
6 triggers?
Yeah, we get 6 triggers from the Risen Reefs. First one, draw it. Second one, draw it. Third one, draw it.
Jesus.
Fourth one, lands, tapped. Fifth one, draw it. Sixth one, draw it. So now all have haste, although I don't think future ones get haste. Elementals you control.
It's just a trigger, yeah.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we have, and you're at 23.
Yep.
So I will blue-red, or green-red, blue-red.
All right, I'm dead.
Omnath you for 10.
That's fair.
Omnath you for 11.
Jesus. Oh, that's.
I had a Leafkin Druid as well. Let's see. I don't know. 3.
Yeah. You just Omnath
So-
me for 21, and then you attack with that, and that's enough.
Yeah, and then I think I just kill you with 2 Omnaths, just because I have Leafkin, this, and then this for 7.
That's spicy. That is spicy.
Okay, Neoform looked nice.
Neoform did look good, and I had a point where maybe I could have won the game. I was thinking of shooting the first one at your face, with Sorin instead of the Risen Reap, and if I think I did, I think I would have won.
Sure.
Yeah. But then you would have had one more blocker, so it would have been probably the same amount of damage. You would have blocked an Adonto or something.
I would have blocked an Adonto with it, so it would have been the same amount
It
of
would have
damage.
probably been the same, yeah.
Okay, we're going to get a short break here while we set up sideboards here where we play a game 3, a decider, if you will. If you might be able to win the 2. Oh, that's 344. We're just going to play one more game, so you already lose.
I already lose.
Yeah, sorry, man. Sorry,
well,
dang.
I'm going home then, so I came here for keeps. So I'm not playing any...
but we do want to play a post-board game. I want to see how your sideboard cards interact with all my stuff.
I think my sideboard plan is like pretty solid against the matchup.
Yeah, I agree.
But we'll see. So,
all right, 2-minute break? 2-minute break. All right.
All right.
That's fine.
See you soon.
We'll be back.
All right, we're back for sideboarding, and I am going to do nothing.
You got a huge sideboard there. I like it.
Yeah. Sorry, my sideboard is really heavy on anti-red. I think red's a pretty bad matchup. So we have 4 Cerulean Drake, 4 Ether Gust, which is great against the other green decks. We have some Fries for some white-blue decks, and then some Spell Pierces and Shifting Ceratops. I don't really have a whole lot for black-white vampires.
Yeah, I mean, green-based mid-range decks should have a good creature matchup in general, so it makes sense to be slanted more towards the opposite ends of the format here. I'm transitioning into a much more controlling deck where I want to like really take advantage of Vana, and then all of my removals kill all the big things out of Todd's, and as well as these just are insane. They kill. Noxious Grasp just kills basically anything that you can throw at me. So yeah, we're gonna try this, a more controlling version post board.
All right, cool deal.
All right.
If you're joining us right now in chat, we really appreciate it. I know there's a lot of stuff going on right now on Twitch that you could be watching. So, new set here with M20. We're testing here for SCG Worcester. Got a fresh new face here on Versus Live. Corey Baumeister is your third ever Versus Live.
Third total, second since being new since I've lived here.
Since moving.
Yeah,
picking up your whole life and coming here.
I know, and now you're just decide to leave.
I will remember. And we got a cease and desist.
Yeah,
it's already in the mail. It's already in the mail.
All right, so I'm on the play because I got slaughtered in the pre-board games here. I had you at 1. I guess that wasn't a slaughter.
I was sweating.
That was close. All right, so I will go first. The No-Lander again.
Well, my hand is pretty bad, but I'm going to keep because it has a turn 2 Lionel World.
Not bad.
And if I draw a Shockland that's tapped for green or Forest,
then we're cooking.
Then then we got a Grease Fire going.
All right, so we're going to be mulliganing, but luckily with the London Mulligan rule, it's not as bad for us, but... All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This hand's a little better. Still not insane, but we're going to keep... I think I'm going to ditch this just because we don't really have the mana to cast it. All right, and then we're going to go take 2, play a creature. Your turn.
Okay. Draw. Ooh, gross. Your turn.
All right.
Well, now if we draw a green source, we get to play 2 Llanowars on turn 2.
Turn 2 Llanowar. Then we'll get it for 2.
18 all.
Your turn.
Not doing it. Not doing it.
Might be able to get this draw.
Here we go.
All right, we're going to go like this. Lieutenant. Get in for 7.
Okay, I'm at 11.
All right,
that's
your turn.
Pretty good.
Not bad, huh?
Pretty good start.
Now at least Omnath doesn't kill anything right now, which is very important.
Yeah, I just actually drew a land and can't play Omnath. And instead, if I just play another Llanowar, though, it doesn't really do anything. Omnath at least can block, so I think I just shoot you for 1.
Okay.
Go to, I'm at 9, and you're at 17.
17 to 9, okay.
Here we go.
I'll kill you.
3, 5, 6, that's only 7.
9. 4.
Oh, 4, 7, 8, 9.
7,
yeah,
8, 9. Not bad.
Not bad. Down turn 4.
Yeah.
Done myself 2 damage.
I think post board being able to interact, and maybe that's just a flaw of the deck. Maybe I should just be having more removal in the main deck.
Yeah, my builds have been pretty heavy on Oath of Kaya as a pretty decent form removal, but it is expensive.
And I just don't really like Oath. Like, you don't get, your planeswalkers don't get pressured too much, so it's not that great. Yeah. But like, for instance, D-Spark, I think it's still just insane right now. It hits like everything. I have 1 in the main. Maybe it should just be 2. I mean, and then Mortify is pretty strong.
The moment that I saw an Esper Control player leave in D-Spark against Mono Red because it dealt with Frenzy, I knew that D-Spark was just great. It's just a good card.
Yeah, because that should be the one matchup where it's not good, but it's still great. All right.
All right.
Maybe I
Game
can
4.
keep 7?
Yeah, I'm keeping 7.
I'll keep.
Plan is okay, I guess. Your
Mine
turn.
is all right as well. Nothing too special. Gonna go like this. Pass it.
Let's go second line rolls.
All right.
Do I want to? I don't really want to block. Kind of want to attack.
Get busy. I'll block.
Tight. Takes us off our curve a little bit, but
Yeah.
like I think trading and I mean I would block, and I already have a blocker, so attacking just kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I just wanted to keep you off
Tap.
turn 3 Nissa because I
I
couldn't
should have
really
attacked
beat it
before
right
playing
now.
another elf. I think.
Probably, I still would have blocked.
19.
Yeah.
Go.
Okay. All right, so now we got a nice little one. I'm going to cast a Sorin,
Oof. Okay.
and we got a champ.
All right. So you gain 1, draw 1.
Yep.
You're at 18.
18. Your turn.
Omnath here would be pretty good. Just clean that up.
Yep.
But I've drawn literally land for every draw step. So
That's pretty strong too, though.
It's a good one.
My hand is quite crippled right now.
Okay, so if this dies, I get back a Nisu Shakes the World, probably. Here you go.
Bad. All right. Ugh. Bad draw. Our hand is very heavy right now. Yeah. Well, I guess
Took up nothing. Put
I
a
think
counter on your
so.
champion dusk.
put a counter on it.
No tax.
Yep, your turn.
Really, no tax.
Sad day.
All right, tax.
Yeah, unfortunately, we got to let it go. Okay. All right. Now we got... Ooh, that was pretty good. So now we got 5 mana here. We're going to get busy.
All right, 15.
And we're going to cast a Vona.
Woof.
Woof, woof.
What do you... Yeah, so 15, 18?
Yep, your turn.
And that exiles or destroys?
Destroys.
Okay, good.
Yep.
So I still get the trigger.
Exactly.
What the hell, dude? Literally drew... Every draw step was a land.
Brutal.
Go.
All right. Now we get to pull ahead.
Come on, Hydroid Crisis. I need one of my big
All right,
things.
we'll go like that. Get a life.
Does it exile?
No.
Okay, so I actually will not put anything on top because I think I just need Hydroid Crisis.
That's fair. That's fair. I'll name vampires, and then I'll attack for 9.
6.
All right, 6. I go to 21. Let me see. 2, 4, 6, and you have a land. All right, I'll kill a land, Ralph.
Good God. You're at take 7?
Yep. I go to 14.
Okay.
All right, your turn.
Oh, you gained 4 life, actually. Yeah. So
Yeah,
you
yeah,
should be at 15, right?
I went to 21 and down to 14. Or 21 down to 15. Yep.
Okay. I don't know.
Down to 14.
I had you at...
I went 17 up to 21, down to 14.
Why were you at 17?
I took...
Did I miss this? Is this a gain of life?
That gains a life, yep.
I don't know, man. Whatever.
All right.
Just put him at 16. Put him at 16. I'm pretty sure you're at 16.
Okay. Maybe
Bro.
I missed that.
I'm going to play this.
Okay.
And... Say go.
All right. We're going to untap. Give you the old beatdowns. All right, we're going to go this. Draw 4.
Not
1, 2, 3, 4. Knight. Attack.
Take 4.
Okay.
I'm at
12.
2. I was at 6.
Oh, you were at 6. Okay, so you're down to 2, and
You're
I
at
go
20.
to... No, I took 4 as well, so I'm at 16.
You're at 16. Okay.
And then a trigger on this, your turn. So you know how you said you won already? That's a tie. That's 2 and 2.
That's a tie. Okay. All right. We'll leave it there. I had some pretty mediocre draws in game 4, but game 3, like, you killed me on turn 4.
Mm-hmm.
Your deck was just coming out the gates. And in that game specifically, your draw was a little lackluster at the beginning, but you still had turn 3 Sorin put in Champion of Dusk, draw a card. And a 4/4 draws a card, and then next turn threatens to become 5/5 lifelinker. I literally just had like a turn 4 5/6 that checked it. That was like the only way I wasn't getting completely pounded by a 5/5 lifelinker.
Yep, exactly. And if I had a D-Spark, it was just an absolute blowout.
Yeah,
like it was just over. And my hand was a little awkward after that. My hand was 2 more Champion of Dust and a Vona, and then just land. So I had nothing to play on turn 4. If I had any kind of anything, it would have been insane.
Something to bridge the gap.
Exactly. And then I played Vona, and then I drew Grasp into Grasp, and at that point, it's just like, it doesn't matter what you're returning. What
Even if I was Crasising, I was still going to be in trouble. If I got back Nissa and started making 3/3s, like, if I ever went to double block, you were going to pop one of them with the Grasp. And not a whole lot I could do. And that's the power of the sideboard cards. You actually get to interact with my mana creature sometimes. You get to slow me down. You make playing defense really poor.
Yep.
And if I don't have a draw that gains that velocity with the Risen Reefs and the Omnaths actually doing the things that they're supposed to be doing, and you also make Neoform a lot worse when you're just killing creatures, because Neoform, really needs to have a wide number of creatures on the battlefield to really get full value.
Exactly. And I think Black-White Azorius has some of the best sideboard options available. I think Noxious Grasp and D-Spark are just phenomenal. They're coming in against basically every matchup, at least some of them, and they're very effective, cheap removal spells.
Yeah, one thing I might want to look at for my sideboard is potentially adding in some copies of Lava Coil over Fry, just to have some removal to bring in against every deck instead of just having it be a little more leaning towards being able to kill Planeswalkers.
Yeah.
But the Planeswalkers are a problem, so maybe I trim one Cerulean Drake and one Aether Gust and something else, and then put in 3 Lava Coils. But I could be sideboarding differently just to have a little more stuff for the Vampires matchup, a little more against the other green decks, because I have Aether Gust, but that's it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it seems a little rough. Maybe even some Flame Sweep or whatever.
Flame
The 2-mana Power Clausum could
it does
be okay.
kill a lot of my stuff though.
And post board, it actually doesn't really go with the plan that I'm doing. I'm trying to control you and just win with card advantage. So yeah, it actually probably wouldn't be very
I do like Flame Sweep in general. I think that card is quite good. I actually hated Fiery Cannonade because it didn't kill Siren Storm Tamer or Fanatical Firebrand.
Yeah.
And now
and
Flame
those are
Sweep
two of the
kills
biggest
both.
decks. Yeah, exactly.
All right. Any questions?
No, we don't have any right now.
Wow, just scum chat. Can you see if we have any subs today?
I can.
Okay.
I forgot you guys do that on this show.
We got to give shout out for people that throw us some love, huh?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
we got KC1214 subscribed. Wolfman resubscribed for 6 months.
Nice. 6 months is always a good one.
That's nice.
And that's all.
Okay.
That's all for this broadcast.
All right.
Yeah. Today was a little rough, but I think we got through pretty good. A lot of really sweet decks.
Yeah.
We had a couple of games where people just got slaughtered from either side.
Yep.
But I think that's more of a case of some of these new cards. We're trying to figure out how the decks are built, and some of them are a little more tuned than others.
Yep.
I know that the Simic Flash deck just put a hurting on the Reanimator deck, but game one was sweet. You did a whole lot of stuff and you overwhelmed me. The second match, we had Boros Angels versus the Skies deck, and the Skies deck was able to get its creatures toughness above 4, and then Lava Coil and Reckless Rage didn't really do anything.
Yeah.
And then finally we had some Neoform versus Orzhov Vampires, and 2-2, 2 pre-board, 2 post-board, and pretty close matchup. And
I think your favored pre-board. I think maybe I might have an edge post-board, but small sample size.
When you get that interaction combined with the aggressive draws, that's really where you start to shine, and where this deck maybe starts to falter. So a lot to learn today. Had a lot of fun.
I think my big takeaway, one last point here, is I think Unsummon is unreal. I think we noticed that the blue Unsummon decks were insanely powerful right now. Of course, they are going to have some polarizing matchups where they are good or where they are bad.
Yeah.
But I think I really like the blue-green Flash deck, and I want to be looking at that a little closer too. So
yeah, I mean, I'm excited. Is Favorable Winds rotating, or is it just reprinted? I can't remember.
I'm not sure either.
I know that sometimes there are cards that are in standard that are only good for a few months, and then they get rotated. Yeah,
we're in a kind of a weird spot where we have 3 months, and then we have a huge shakeup again in standard. So it is rotating.
Okay.
Ixalan.
I'm mad.
This
anyway.
deck's gone with Ixalan too. See ya, vampires. Yeah.
All right. Well, hopefully we have sufficiently prepared you with Magic Core Set 2020 for SCG Worcester this weekend.
Yeah.
We're going to have myself and Ryan Overturf as one pair of commentators, combined with Emma Handy and Matthias Hunt as the other pair of commentators. We're going to bring you all the action here on this channel if you're watching us live right now.
I know I will be.
I believe we're going to be live at 10:30 Eastern Time on this broadcast channel. And then we're going to have 2 days full of all sorts of sweet modern action. You're not going to be there?
Or standard action, right?
Standard, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not going to be there. This was the one I had to take off.
Oh,
We're
you're
still
moving in.
getting our house settled, and then got the Pro Tour, and then SCG Philadelphia next weekend, which will be my debut on the SCG Tour. But I'll be watching, my man. I love your commentary. You guys are a great duo, so I'll be watching, and then we'll be back Tuesday, same pair, and we're going to be shaking it up, maybe seeing what kind of develops from the SCG this weekend, and really showcase some of the decks that worked and maybe didn't work.
Yeah, absolutely. So make sure to tune in Tuesday, same bat time, same bat channel. Thanks, Kyle, for stepping in because everyone else is sick or gone.
You're welcome.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Kyle, you're sick, but in
Happy
a good
to
way,
deliver.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching Versus Live from StarCityGames.com. That's Corey B. I'm Todd A. We'll see you on Tuesday.
Bye.